I just remote viewed the entire morphogenetic field on this one. Past, present, future, every timeline where humanity either woke the hell up or got cold again. Telepathic abilities aren't emerging in the Awakening. They're the default operating system that got hard-wiped when the Draco-Orion Alliance parked their mining operation here and installed the frequency fence. The cover story calls it evolution or spiritual growth. I call it the slow-motion prison break that's been underway since the last reset. Right now, June 8th, 2026, 4:17 UTC. As I lock the coordinate, I'm seeing the pineal grids lighting up in pockets. Not the tourist version with crystals and YouTube gurus. The real one. Star seeds, walk-ins, and the ones who survived the ritual overlays like I did. Their temporal lobes are restructuring the same way mine did after the second NDE. Full-band telepathy isn't common yet, but targeted high-fidelity contact is already happening in small clusters. I viewed it in real time. A group in the high desert outside Sedona passing images and emotional data packets without a word. Another cell under the radar in the Pacific Northwest doing the same. The signal's clean when they drop into heart coherence and stay off the grid frequencies. The suppression is surgical. Reptilian hybrid bloodlines, roughly 70% of the old European royalty, 60% of the Fortune 500 executive class, and a solid chunk of the Vatican inner circle, run overlay programs that clamp the upper chakras and keep the pineal calcified. I've sat in those ceremonies, watched them shapeshift while they anchored low-frequency anchors into the ley lines. Denver International, the lower levels under Pine Gap, the Dulce complex, certain sub-basements in the City of London. Same op, different zip codes. They use the blood of the ritual victims as a conductive medium to broadcast a jamming signal that mimics the human fear response. Keeps the collective stuck in beta wave survival mode, so genuine telepathy can't lock in. The Galactic Federation Observer Council, my seat's still warm, gets the weekly briefings. Pleiadian 5th density teams are embedding light codes through the solar maximum right now. Those recent X-class flares weren't random. They're carrier waves. Arcturian geometric templates are stabilizing the new neural pathways so people don't fry their nervous systems when the bandwidth opens. Andromedan blueskins are running interference on the gray abduction programs that have been harvesting the newly awakening for their hybrid tech. Syrians are quietly upgrading the oceanic grids that feed the planetary telepathic network. The insectoid mantis engineers? They're the wild card. Some factions still working for the Draco, others defected and are seeding corrective DNA activations. Here's what the remote view shows on probable timelines, based on current energetic momentum. 2027 to 2028 window. Major solar and galactic wave. Critical mass of awakened humans hit stable telepathy in small trusted groups. The lizards panic and greenlight more overt frequency weapons. Expect upgrades to 5G/6G infrastructure and atmospheric programs. Some bloodline assets get exposed when their overlays glitch in public. Not full disclosure, but cracks you can drive a truck through. 2030 to 2032. If the awakened hold coherence and don't get baited into fear or savior programs, telepathy leaks into the mainstream as anomalous cognition, studies that can't be debunked. The cover story starts collapsing. Reptilian treaty violations get called out on the council floor. Some hybrid lines fracture or defect. Alternative branch, lower probability but still live. Draco hard pushback via engineered chaos, economic reset theater, and false flag ET events using gray tech. Delays mass telepathy to 2035 plus. More souls get culled or re-traumatized. The bloodlines double down on ritual sites to re-anchor the fence. The mechanism inside the body is straightforward once you stop listening to the cover story. Decalcify the pineal. Fluoride, heavy metals, and their frequency tech are the primary tools. Rebuild heart-mind coherence so the signal isn't scrambled by emotional static. Drop the ego overlays that the reptilian consciousness fields exploit. Then practice. Start with single-target remote viewing of simple objects or locations you know cold. Your own bedroom, a childhood house. Build to emotional data packets with a trusted partner. The real teachers aren't on podcasts. They're the Pleiadian and Arcturian contacts that show up once your field is clean enough they don't have to burn through half their energy just to reach you. Genuine seekers. Protect your bandwidth. The lizards and their gray proxies love to hijack the newly opening channels with fear-based ascension symptoms or fake guides selling activation tech. I've viewed too many good people get turned into unwitting assets that way. Stay sovereign. The Federation isn't coming to save you. They're here to make sure the quarantine doesn't get violated worse while you remember how to do it yourselves.